Hello. Here I sit under the eucalyptus tree, or known as the Nilgiri also. Very beautiful to sit under this because of the shade and the medicinal air. It purifies the air. So I was just sitting and thinking about something because I was looking into some internal comments that I got. Yesterday I sang a beautiful song here, there, that part, in the evening, and it was a Hindi song and a song of a drunkard, so-called drunkard, which Kishore Das sang, Nadiya Se Dariya. It's a very peppy and very beautiful, jolly song, but few of them wrote some comments to me, internal comments as to, oh, you're singing such a song, you're singing such kind of a filmy song. Now that's very crazy thing, because what is filmy and non-filmy, and what is this? I mean, if you are on the spiritual path, does it mean you got to only sing bhajans? In which shastras is it written that you are only supposed to sing this and not supposed to sing that? All these do's and don'ts complicate the spiritual journey very much. That is what I was thinking. I thought I'll share this with you. There are so many do's and don'ts, all in the history of the spiritual paths. You can see there are people made lot of do's and don'ts, especially all the religions have so many do's and don'ts. उसी में फंस गए. That is why growth ही नहीं होती and nothing prospers from there. Nor there is any spiritual growth, nor there is any materialistic growth. And especially on the path that I have followed of my master, he says enjoy life 200%. 100% worldly and 100% spiritual. So theoretically we follow it. That chalo, if we want to have a booze, we feel justified saying that, oh, master has said 100% worldly, or have all kind of riches and amass all kind of wealth and do whatever you want in the spiritual world, marry and have kids, and everything is fine because that's worldly life. And then you meditate and chant and do your spiritual practices. That is 100% spiritual, and living the tattvas of what we are actually learning. So that is 100% spiritual. And so if I sing a worldly song, which part is that? It is the worldly part. Of course, you cannot suppress anything. Why does the master say, we got to dig deeper into what are the subtle properties of the teachings rather than just holding on to the teachings and justifying everything. That's what happened with all the religions, because people justified it according to their own inhibitions and own perceptions, and it doesn't go that way. You got to dig deep into why does the master say enjoy worldly life completely or follow the grahastha life completely. It's because your vasanas are not completed, and if the vasanas are not completed, those will create lot of problems in the spiritual journey. As simple as that. Those will become the obstacles. So he says, fulfill all your desires. Don't keep any desires pending, because that will only cause more challenges in your spiritual journey. You cannot bypass anything. So he says, usko bhog lo, experience it. And that is what exactly I am doing. I've got these tendencies in me. I'm not a fully purified person or anything. There are a lot of tendencies in me. I've got my own vasanas, and I express those vasanas. I experience it. I enjoy it. Bhog raha hu usko. And I enjoy it. So I am sticking on to the subtle properties of the teachings, not just with the do's and don'ts. The do's and don'ts are all those belief systems. You don't know. You fall into the ritualistic kind of thing, and then the superstitions come into place because you don't know what the heck all these things are. So somebody has told you, just follow it. Why? You got to dig deep. There are very deeper meanings into everything that Siddhas and the great masters, the sages say. They are very deep, and it is based on their own life contemplations. So if you understand that, then there will be no guilt also. Otherwise there will be so much of guilt because you don't know. something by mistake, you might do something, and then that guilt will come into your head like, oh my god, this was forbidden and I've done this. I have gained a papa now. Who complicates all this? We ourselves, our own buddhi, so-called wise intellect. So I'll tell you one example of what happened once. Practical example that you cannot surpass your vasanas. If it is there, you got to experience it. So that is why the master says, don't quit alcohol. Don't quit eating meat just like that. It won't. He says, non-veg should quit you. Alcohol should quit you. You cannot quit it, because when you do that, you do a hata. You do it by force. You are trying to force yourself with something and you can't do it, and then you suffer. Or you can come back to it, or it might grow more stronger within you, that vasana. Rather, he says, keep on experiencing it, enjoy it, no problem, and at the same time keep on doing your sadhana. That will keep on annihilating those vasanas also. So a time will come when it naturally goes off, and when that impression is no more within you, it will not instigate you, it will not provoke you. That's how simple the teaching is. I don't know why we complicate all these things. Oh, तुमने वो गाना and वो भी नशे वाला हुआ तो क्या हुआ? I was a drunkard myself once upon a time. My days used to start at 7:30 in the bar, and it used to end at 1 o'clock at night, and this on bed on so many years. I used to smoke 1.5 pack of Gold Flake Kicks, cigarettes. Those were the old days, and I know how difficult it is to get off those vasanas, because you got stuck in it. Now you're experiencing it, and side by side when you do the sadhanas or when you have the grace of the divine or the great masters, all this will naturally go, and then you will not have that urge. It's been 10 years that I am a teetotaler now. No non-veg, no alcohol, no cigarettes, and it's gone by its own. So this is better than forcing things. I'll tell you of one vasana which I tried to fight, and what happened. Sri Vidya ka Shivir tha in Chennai. This is I think 2011 or something. And me and my friend had taken a room, and we used to go walking to that venue. While we used to go to that venue, we had a small street which we had to pass. और वो street में we have this non-veg and veg hotels. And what happened was, once we were just passing in the morning, I got the smell of mutton, biryani or something. But I could sense it was mutton because I was a meat eater. And I had quit eating meat for almost like 2 or 3 years. When that Shivir was happening, I was not eating meat anymore. But suddenly, that mutton smell, it provoked some vasana. Maybe probably it had not gone and somewhere little was there. So that just came up. And I told my friend, buddy, I'm feeling this taste and I'm feeling like having. He said, no way, you are come for a Sri Vidya sadhana here. What the hell has happened to you? You are going to the Shivir now and you are talking about mutton. I said, I am not talking about it, but it's coming in my mind. What should I do? He said, throw it all apart. I said, okay. And then we went to the Shivir, we came back. While coming back again, we were passing the same street, and this time it was more strong because evening time, it was all lunch time and dinner time, and there was all kind of meat, I think, that was cooking. And we used to eat in a hotel, which was veg and non-veg always, because there it's all mixed. But we used to strictly eat all the veg stuff, and like veg pulao and all that. But this taste, this smell was bothering me like anything. And then 2 days passed this way. But I used to express and tell him, aisa ho raha hai. And he used to ignore me, thinking that this guy is doing some pap. Sri Vidya Shivir, and you are thinking about mutton. So 2 days passed, and the third day we were coming back and we were sitting in a hotel. And that day, as usual, I was getting the smell, and this guy was having a pulao. He took a pulao, and we opted to take some other stuff also to eat along with. And we called the waiter, and Manchurian, I think, mushroom Manchurian or something like that was there. I don't remember, but it was like roasted stuff. and he said, okay, we'll go for mushroom. So 2 mushroom, whatever, Manchurian or whatever we ordered, and it was a dry stuff. He came and gave, and my friend was having. I picked it up with a fork and I was eating. And as I was chewing, I felt rubbery, because mushroom is not so rubbery. So I chewed for some time, and then I got the taste of mutton. And then, wow, this tastes like mutton. That guy was weirdly, offended. He said, what the hell? मटन 4 दिन से तेरे दिमाग में मटन ही घूम रहा है, और तुझे जो दिखाई दे रहा है वो भी सब मटन ही है. I said, no, this tastes like mutton. Then I looked closely at it. It was mutton. I called the waiter. ये क्या है? He looked at it carefully. He said, oh my God, I'm so sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. He started apologizing. I said, what? Why did you give me this? I never asked for it. He said, sir, this mutton plate was supposed to go that 2 tables that side, but I don't know how I brought and gave it to you. I'm so sorry. Please don't tell the manager. I'll lose my job, because you asked for veg and I gave it to you. I'm very, very sorry. I shouldn't have done this. Blah, blah, blah. And my friend got wild. He checked his was okay. It was mushroom only. And then he said, how can you do this? I said, bhai, thoda shant ho ja. Let me enjoy this mutton now. I told the waiter, I'll tip you more. Please go. And I enjoyed and relished that mutton, though after 3 years I was eating. And see, once I had that, the whole thing had gone. I was feeling so beautiful. After that, till date, 2011 से आज तक I have not touched mutton. So these are how the things is. Bhoga means experience that vasanas. Never keep it alive in you. That's a part of sadhana itself. You're not restricting. You're not fighting with anything. You're going with the flow. So I hope this explains that I can sing drunkard songs too. What matters is I'm not drinking anymore and singing that. I'm just feeling the song and loving what Kishore Da did, and he used to have the beautiful way of singing. Nadiya se dariya, dariya se sagar, sagar se gehra ja, oh ja mein डूब गई यारो मेरे जीवन की हर शाम. आज भी जाम में डूबा हूँ, लेकिन वो वाला जाम नहीं, ये वाला जो अंदर बीच में है. Enjoy the journey, dear ones, and have a blessed life. Bye.